Hey everyone, Nathan here from Coins and ICOs, and today I want to talk to you about a very exciting ICO, in my opinion, called FidentiaX. So first of all, the reason I think this is such an interesting opportunity and such an interesting ICO is because this ICO is from the insurance market. Now, the insurance market is worth trillions of dollars. And it's a very stable market, and it's a very necessary market. And it's a market that most of us are a part of. If it's because car insurance or medical insurance or life insurance. So this is a big market. And for an investor, that's basically the dream. So let's talk a little bit about life insurance. Life insurance basically means that if someone pays a premium every month, this money adds up, and in 30, 40, 50 years from now, when he will eventually die, because we all die, his family will get the money that he has set aside. Now, what happens if someone doesn't pay the premiums? So let's say somebody paid for 25 years. And then he stopped because he retired and he needed to use this money for something else. This means that the insurance is not active. The policy is not active. So if he dies now, his family won't get anything. His family doesn't get anything. This created a problem. So people started, in the last few years, people started to sell their insurance policies. Now, there are certain places where you can do that. For example, here's a website called Ovid where you can sell your insurance policy. For example, Lynn here sold her policy for $180,000. As you can see here, people are actually doing this. Now, it's common. It's becoming more and more common. More than 800 people in the last month submitted their file insurance information, and the average payout is 22%, which is nice. And 22% is better than nothing. Now, what FidentiaX is doing here is something a lot bigger than that. They are opening the insurance market to the whole world. There isn't a global market today where you can sell your insurance policy. So one of the things FidentiaX is doing is exactly that. They're building a global market where you'll be able to sell your insurance policy and to buy one if you're a trader, which is pretty cool. Now let's talk a little bit about the company. Before that, let's talk a little bit about the market potential. As I said, it's a huge market. So let's look at Asia here. In Japan, the market size is $7.7 trillion. That is a huge market. In South Korea, $2.2 trillion. This is huge. Now, in surrendered value, look at the surrendered value, $435 billion only in Japan. Now, this market has a huge potential. There are hundreds of millions of customers here waiting in the entire world, waiting to buy or sell these insurance policies, which is great. Now, in this platform, in FidentiaX, you will be able to sell your policy. You pay a fee, and that's it. You can also, as a trader, you can also buy a policy and trade with this policy, buy it for a certain price and try to sell it in a higher price. So before we dive into the coin distribution and the team and so on, I just want to show you something here. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum is a great platform where developers can develop their own platform that is based on the blockchain technology. So the technology and the idea that Ethereum represents only speaks to, I don't know, millions of developers. Now, millions of developers are a lot, but imagine that the people who needs FidentiaX service is hundreds of millions of people, or maybe billions of people. So that's why I think this is such a good investment, and that's why I think you should really look into this. Okay, so moving on, there are going to be 3 tokens on the platform. The first one, ISX, which is an inner coin that will be used for transactions within the platform. And it's not going to be on an exchange, so it's just an inner token that is pegged to the US dollar. For those of you who know Steam, it's like Steam dollar. The second coin is currency rep tokens right here. And for the members who deposit their fiat in the exchanges, they're depositing it with this coin, and then they exchange it to ISX tokens. Now, the third token, the most important one, is the FDX. This is the token that FidentiaX issued, and this is the token that we are going to buy in the ICO, and it's from Ethereum blockchain. Now, an important thing you need to remember here is that look at the business revenue model. Every one of these actions are going to make the token, the main token, the FDX token, grow and become more valuable. For example, membership fees. All the members that are going to pay a membership fee, the fee is going to be on FDX tokens. The transaction fees, all the transaction in the platform, in the market, will be in FDX. FidentiaX are providing professional services to construct customized portfolios for members. So even that, you are going to pay for that service in FDX coins, so on. So all these actions are going to make FDX coin valuable. So that's very important. Okay, so let's move on to the coin distribution. FidentiaX will be issuing 100 million FDX tokens. 70 million of those tokens will be open for sale. 25 million for the founders, 4 million for business partners and advisors, and 1 million for bounty. This is important here that 25 million is for the founders and 4 million for the business partners, because in order to have a successful business and a working one, you need to have money. That is why they need to have this share. But a very important thing here that I think is the main reason why you should definitely look into this ICO. So let's say FidentiaX raised 70 million tokens in the ICO sale. And they raised, let's say, $30 million, $40 million. They are going to take 70% of the funds that they are going to raise in the ICO. And they are going to set it aside to purchase tradable policies from the open market to create a model portfolio. So actually what this means is that they are going to take 70% of what they raised and buy existing policies, insurance policies, to get this thing started. So this is very important. This means that right after the ICO, they're starting to work. There's no development time here to maybe look at different insurance policies. Should we buy? Should we not? Is this platform even working? They're taking 70% and buying insurance policies and starting to work. So that's a great asset here in FidentiaX. Okay, so moving on to the team here. One of the things I really liked about FidentiaX is that the co-founders, Douglas and Alvin, I looked into this, they have more than 15 years of experience in banking, which is very important in the ICO market because it's still fragile, and it's very important in the insurance market because it's a really big market. So that's a great asset. Oh, and another thing, they have a Telegram community you should definitely join. I'll link the description below. The founders and the developers, they're all there, and you can ask them whatever you want. And when you join, just say that you came from Nathan from Coins on ICO, and then I'll know you watch my video and I'll get to know you. So to summarize, I think that FidentiaX can definitely be one of those ICOs that a month or 2 months from now you'll be watching this video and you're going to say, why didn't I invest in them? It was a great opportunity. So feel free to subscribe if you haven't yet, and you can write a comment below if you have any questions. This has been Nathan from Coins and ICO. Thank you.